Hello, beautiful souls. Deanna with Empowering Empaths. I am coming to you on Sunday, the 16th of February. I wanted to come on and share a personal experience. And the reason I do want to share this is because I'm kind of one of those walk the walk, not just talk the talk. I'm often sharing on this empath channel for you guys all to face your fears, face your wounds, and there's no coincidence that this took place last night. We are getting ready to go into Pisces season. The sun moves into Pisces, I do believe, on the 18th. So what is that, Tuesday? And then we have the new moon coming up in Pisces on the 23rd. Pisces is a very spiritual sign. It's dreamy, and that's how it links into my sharing today. At the same time as the new moon in Pisces takes place on the 23rd, there is Black Moon Lilith and Chiron meeting up conjunct side by side. And the significance of that taking place at the same time is huge because Black Moon Lilith is facing your personal fears, right? And Chiron is the wounded healer. So it making an aspect conjunct exactly at the same time as this new moon in Pisces is just huge. And how this relates to what I'm sharing is the dream that I experienced last night. If you've listened or followed my channel for any time, I don't believe in any coincidences. And although I woke up trembling with PTSD gut shakes, and literally woke up with tears streaming down my face, I understand the spiritual perspective of the symbolism that came through in my dream state last night. So it was me revisiting a wound that's very deep, that's impacted me on not only the physical, but on the emotional level, where I've lost my empath son. And in the dream, it was a revisit of me finding my son out of his body. In other words, lifeless. Little bit different scenario, but symbolically the same. And so it really does symbolize the significance of facing those wounds and fears, because dreams are so symbolic. And if anybody knows this, if you don't know this, in our dream state, when our egoic mind, right, our conscious mind is at rest, sleeping, we're traveling through the ethers and basically evolving. And so this is just a reminder for everybody to really just keep diving deep into those wounds and facing them. Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde also in Pisces. So to me, it was taking my logical mind after I woke up from the dream this morning, like I said, trembling on the inside, major PTSD symptoms, but allowing my mind to connect with that Piscean larger picture, the spiritual perspective, that my son is well, that I'm well, and that in order for me to evolve as he would want me to, I had some more residual things show up. And so I believe Mercury retrograde for a lot of us is going to be allowing our logical minds to become more in sync and more in tune with the spiritual aspect of Pisces, right? If the symbolism, Pisces, the fish swimming up and the other one fish swimming down, it's about finding that center within you, in the heart chakra. I have a deer staring at me right now. Come here, baby. And so I think it's a common theme for everybody that'll be helpful to know, to keep taking that higher perspective And don't be surprised this week if you have some things come up, go, whoa, I thought I was doing good on this, and it rears itself, shows itself. Goes back to the energy flowing through us, allowing that. So in the physicality of it, it hurt. It triggered the deep fear that's already taken place in my life. Like, how can there be any more fear than that, right? Having a child leave their body before you, but not minimizing anybody's. I'm sharing this because there's stuff within you, and don't be surprised if it shows up in the dream state with us going into Pisces season, right? The sun moves into it on the 18th, and of course we have the new beginning. So allow that new beginning, that dark moon. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of this coming up for other people, other sensitives as well. If there's anything there that you're judging yourself on, if there's any wound that you're still clinging on to, it's going to show itself, so we can transmute it into that higher vibration of the spiritual aspect. I got to show you this. See if I can turn my camera around. Nope, can't do it while I'm talking. I'm going to see if you can see her this way. There she is. I think. I got a glare because it's sunny here in Michigan today, and the sun is so welcomed by me. Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweet girl. Come over. Anyway, distraction, of course. I felt it was important to share this intimacy and vulnerability with you guys, because I'm always talking about on my channel of facing your fears, healing your wounds, right? And for me, on my grief journey, a lot of people turned away from me talking about my son. A lot of people turned away from me when I would mention his name, or just bust down into tears. And what that really did in the physical was left me feeling very isolated. However, allowing it to transform me, it pushed me inwards. It pushed me deep. It took me into a space where I didn't want to live myself, but there was something deep within me that said, keep going, there's a bigger perspective. And we really have a lot of that. Pisces is a mutable water sign, and so mutation, right? Turning those wounds into, basically being the alchemist of turning the wounds into your true warrior spirit, which is the love space and the heart chakra. Pileated woodpeckers are really talking. My nervous system, I got through the gut shakes. I shed the tears, I purged. And I'm not uncomfortable, and I don't judge myself on any of that anymore. And the crazy part is I've been asking for a dream visit with my son in spirit for over 5 years now. He's came to me early on in a dream state, but the majority of the time he comes to me in my awakened state, because I'm open to it, like a chalice. And so every night before bed, I'm always talking to my higher self, God, even my son in spirit, angels, ancestors, to allow me to have a dream visit with my son. And so the expectation got blasted out of the water when I had the dream that I had last night, because it was far from what I've been asking for. But I understand the bigger picture, and I trust the process, that it was something within me that needed another layer of releasing. And although I've been working my tail feather off on doing that releasing, there was something that couldn't break free, right? That fear that was deeply ingrained, even energetically, DNA. I mean, post-traumatic stress is very real, and it literally changes your body, your nervous system. I'm sharing this with you guys because everybody has wounds, right? We're leaving Aquarius season, going into Pisces season, which can be the higher part of it, very spiritual. And I believe this Mercury retrograde is going to have a lot of people, I shared this on my energy update this week, changing their perception from the mind. Mercury ruled mind is usually such a thinker, but with it being Pisces, I feel it's really going to connect our higher mind with the spiritual aspects of ourselves. So don't be surprised if you get dream visits from people that have already left their body. Don't be surprised if you get dream visits, or even dreams, very symbolic of wounds that you thought that you had healed already, tongue-tied, or layers of anything, grief, anger, resentment, any of the low vibration energies. Ultimately, don't resist it. Allowing that fluent, I just shared this in my energy update too, allowing them energies to move through you but not becoming them. So basically, bottom line is, energetically this week we have a lot going on. Understand where the cosmos supports us, huge, right? And I believe as we're going forward, a lot of people are going to understand that we've basically been punked in all the conditioning and realizing, wow, there is no such thing as coincidence. There is no such thing as random, occurrences. Everything happens to help us evolve, to release all those things so that we can ultimately become more of the light bodies that we truly are. I think that's going to be a wrap for what I wanted to share. And I felt in my heart I needed to get out here in nature and share this with you guys, because I feel many of you are going to be experiencing very similar instances of what I did last night, and especially with Black Moon Lilith and Chiron, making an aspect with the new moon on the 23rd. So don't check out of your emotions. Don't push them away, because the lower energy of Pisces is because they're so emotional, so empathetic, that this third density earth life that we're living currently right now can be too much for them. And so they can easily go into the checking out of not dealing with their emotions and feeling them and allowing them to flow through them, to addictions, depression, all of the delusions of the third density, really. So embody your spiritual aspect. Sit in those things that are really hard and not easy to face. Even in my mind's eye this morning when I woke up crying and my gut shaking, and it was very vivid and very real, I said, really, I've been asking for a dream visit with my child for over 5.5 years, and this is the fucking dream I get. However, after I came out of those heavy, deep emotions, I had a larger perspective and a larger bird's eye view of going, no, I needed to visit that in my dream, because it was a layer that I had not allowed to come to the surface. So, take a deep breath. Allow, decompress. And I'm going to challenge another thing for everybody today. Anytime you get a synchronicity on the clock, I've shared this before, I'm going to share it again if you're new. Stop, pause, drop into your heart space, send out light and love to every person, every plant, every animal, every beautiful tree. And keep rising your consciousness, literally, Energy is powerful. we started realizing the significance of that we are energy beings, and we're going through mass ascension right now. And a lot of it's all just been peeling back the onion layers of all these dumb games of karma and starting to co-create good juju and good karma and good energy. And that always is in the heart space, and that is always with love and compassion. It's always about forgiveness too. That's another thing with Black Moon Lilith. Forgive yourself for anywhere that you may be feeling any of the lower energies within you. Lack, selling yourself short, shame, guilt, it's not supported. All of God creation's children are meant to be in the bliss and the joy and the childlike. So although I was shaken and although I'm physically exhausted today from what I experienced this morning, I still choose to take that fish swimming upward type of approach and go, you know what? There was something I needed to release in that, and that's why it happened. I am a wholehearted believer in that everything happens in divine timing, just the way it's supposed to. So I encourage you to try to get that same mindset. Keep allowing yourself to be your guide. All the answers that you have ever needed are within you. They're not outside of you. Dive deep and allow this spiritual ascension to push you forward in your life to keep taking that high road. And it's always in the heart chakra, right? I send this to you guys with so much love today. If you're new, please do like, subscribe, head over to my channel. I'm Deanna with Empowering Empaths. It is my soul's purpose, my passion to encourage you sensitives to really feel all your feels and allow them to be your gift. I send this to you with so much love today, and namaste until the next time.